this money like what we gon' eat. Riveting on me, start at 1, 2, 3. High knock life, I ain't the one to be.
What's going on, everybody? This is the Eric Barber here, back with another interview. I'm joined with Bruiser Brigade legend ZelooperZ. How we doing today?
Good. You know, there's more culture a little bit too.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah,
I got you. I know. We just kind of framed it up a little bit.
No,
like
we good.
That's what's up, man. And you just performed at Spotlight Detroit. You know, played some of your classics, played some unreleased stuff, man. Black Noise is in the building. Zach Fox. How do you feel like it went?
It went good. I haven't really performed in like a year or so. Like, I've been doing shows where I just pop out with the homies or whatever, but I just been taking a break and get my mind right before I, wanted to perform. It felt good because it's like one of the first times I performed about being sober. So it's like, usually I'm up there and I'm going off the octane of like whatever drug I'm on or the liquor and shit. So it was just cool to see how that went.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And, I've been seeing you perform for like the last 3 years now. And I want to say, like, for one, congrats on your 11 months of sobriety. Mm-hmm. But two, I felt like, there was no amount of like going off the gas at all, from this show compared to your previous ones. I felt like it was maybe even a little bit more tight.
Yeah, it was definitely a little bit more tight and in the sense of just being there, present, while performing, because most of the time I use just out of my mind, but so that was cool.
Yeah, man, that's tight for sure. And one of the biggest songs that I've recently heard you on was "Too Bad" by Bruiser Wolf with Danny Brown. Hell yeah, man. And how did that song come about?
Well, this is my story from it. I don't know if you haven't talked to Wolf or nothing about it yet, but
no.
Wolf, he wanted to make a turned up track or whatnot, and he wanted me to be on it or whatever, because he often tells me like he likes the energy of my music, like, because Wolf has like he's turned, but his selection of the beats, he doesn't usually rap on those type of beats, so it was cool that he wanted me to like make that song with him. It just one day we was in the studio, we had recorded together. I actually put like 2 verses on that.
Ooh.
We took off one of them and we put Brown on it because we felt like Brown would fit perfectly on it. It'd just be like a, little posse cut type vibe. And it was super cool. Like, just it's fun working with Wolf in the studio because it's like my big bro.
Yep.
And even though like he's older than me and like has a lot of experience, he still like gives me credit when it's due, and like still like he listens to my opinion about art and whatnot. So it was cool just to collab on that. It's one of my favorite joints. Like when they was just recently on tour, I had the chance to perform that with him when he was in New York, and when they came to LA, I just flew out to both places just to support him, and cause that was like one of his first tour he's been on, so it was really cool just to see him kill the stage and actually share the stage with him and perform that song. So that was super tight.
Yeah, man, no doubt about it. And I saw some of the clips that looked electric. And, speaking of Wolf, I had a conversation with him the other day where he mentioned that he actually felt the whole brigade felt a lot of gratitude towards you for, being such a consistent member, given the fact that, you've had some of the most motion over the last 5 years of anybody, but you keep supporting the brigade.
I mean, it's like, that's just my family. It's like, it's no other way to put it. Like, you never go against the family, So regardless of what I do outside the Bruiser Brigade, it's still my family. Like we always meet at home base and, create or, still hold that value regardless of music. So, yeah, man, I appreciate Wolf for saying that. That's like I said, that's my big bro. Once you go outside and you do shit outside of what your collective is doing, a lot of people may take offense to that, but my homies like Wolf and Brown, they just want to see me grow as an artist, and they always like there for my experimental phases and whatnot, so.
Right. And speaking of like experimental, I mean, definitely some of your music, by all means, has definitely taken a lot of experimental but great turns. Where do you draw a lot of inspiration for, those twists and turns for your music journey?
Well, you can't recreate the wheel, but you can add different material to the wheel to make it something new. So a lot of the times I'm combining different things that I already know of or I've heard and make it in my own, as far as when it comes to creating music and just trying new things at all times, whether it's enunciation or cadence or beat selections.
Yep.
And just all around the story I want to tell or the way I want to tell it. So
no doubt, man, no doubt. And one joint that I feel like when I told people that I was going to interview tonight, a lot of people were asking about the Crash Bandicoot song that you have. I mean, everyone's just curious about how that came along, the beat selection, all that. Are you a fan of the series?
Yeah, the characters, as far as the characters are how they looking, like, because I'm an artist, I really deal, I'm like more of a visual type dude, but I probably played that game a couple times when I was younger, but my homie Dilla made that beat. So we was just in the studio one day, and I'm just like, just sample the Crash Bandicoot, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's how that came about. And for how Brown got on it, I had already completed the project. I just wanted to send him like the craziest thing to get on versus like something that it could be easily like malleable for him, because he's like for Brown, like he likes a challenge with instrumentals. He don't rap on regular shit, so like he could have rapped on any one of the other tracks, but he just like, I know that that's one of his strong suits and one of the things he enjoys. So no matter how wonky and like fun and sporadic or what have you the beat was, I just felt like that would be like an OD to him, like, bro, I want you to get on this and like let's have fun, because the beat is just like ridiculous.
Yeah, man, no doubt. And it's interesting that you mentioned your visual arts, your painting, right? Because you've painted a lot of your own album covers. You've done some stuff for other Bruiser Brigade members like Santa Barbara, God Goku, Jay-Z. Could you touch on maybe some of your background in the more visual arts?
I've been an artist since I was a kid, and that was like the first thing where I would create material from it. Like music came shortly after, but art was always the first thing. So I just kept that in my arsenal. But fun fact, like Brown's mom was like one of the people that inspired me to paint more. Like she was just telling me like, yeah, everybody can rap and shit, like, but you that's one of your strong suits. You should paint more. So shout out to Brown's mom, because she used to always be on my head about that. And yeah, I just try to incorporate it with everything I do, because at the end of the day, that's what separates me from a lot of people. Like, not to say that my music isn't separating, it's just like, it's all about who you are as a person. And like, I had a rough, upbringing, but I still was blessed to be able to be talented in both of those ways. So like, that was an easy way out for me. So
yeah, no doubt about it. And out of all the members, right, within the brigade, a lot of people have kind of come and left, but you've been one of the more consistent members, starting with Brown himself. Could you touch on maybe what your relationship with him has kind of evolved over the years?
It was always big brother. Like he never tried to control nothing I did. Like he would comment on stuff that I would do, like whether he liked it or not, but it was never make it or break it for him. It was never like fuck Z or like because like I always listen, in a sense. Like I always still follow his footsteps. So even if I might have done something that he might not agreed on all the time, he still trusted my process. So, and he's always been like my big brother, like also like almost like a father figure too. So it's like it's like you really can't do no wrong in his eyes.
Yep.
You know? It's like over the years, our relationship, like we don't talk much, like because like me and him is kind of like similar people. Like I'm like if I'm around my friends, I'm talking
Yep.
like around them. But for the most part, I'm not trying to communicate. I'm not like maybe when I was getting higher, I would communicate more because of the drugs and shit. But
Yeah.
I'm not really like that. I really don't care to talk unless it's like I have to, you know.
Right.
But like I just hit him up. Well, I think it was yesterday. I just told him I missed him, and told him I liked his outfits on tour because he's overseas right now. I would just always tap in with him and shit, and just like because at the end of the day, like that's all we got is our family, you know. And I try to give him his space too, like because like I said, he's like me. He's like you don't always have to talk to know how close you are to somebody.
Yep.
But
Right. And that's part of the reason why I feel so blessed to be interviewing you right now, man. I mean, definitely a good opportunity. And, something that's one of the coolest things about you, in my opinion, is that you've kind of had a huge variety of people that you've worked with, right? From like Alchemist, Tia Corinth, Cool Keith. For you, what's kind of the qualifier? What about someone makes you want to work with them?
originality.
Yep.
And I respect who respects me, like, and that's how it usually goes. Whether I'm the one to reach out or if it's a mutual understanding, I just respect original, and I respect real people. I don't care how cool somebody might think that I am with them. I don't care to make music with everybody. Especially like how some people view music. I don't care to make music with people that don't view music the way I do. And also it's like, even though I don't communicate or like kick it with lots of people, like people tend to gravitate to me and like, cause I'm like a very genuine person. So like, it's like easy for me to like make friends. Like,
yeah, no doubt.
I'm not bothering niggas.
Yeah, right. And speaking of your collaborations, who have been some of your favorite people to work with over the years?
Outside of Bruiser Brigade, I would say my homie Zach Fox. I love working with him. It's like he's super fun. He's super talented, and he understands like music and the same values I do. It's like we hold some of the same values, and I just like how, even though it seems like it's effortless, he puts a lot of thought into his work, and he wants to be great in all aspects of his creativity, whether it's like DJing, whether he's on TV show or whatnot. He's always trying to be great and still having fun at the same time. Like most of the time when we work, we just having fun.
Yep.
Earl, I love working with him because every time we make our shit, it's just like he like Black Noise. That's like one of my best friends too. Like he'll hear some shit Black Noise just have on his computer, and he'll be like, I don't need that, and then he'll just take it. Or like me and him, like kind of like our A&Rs in our own, ways, where we like a lot of the same music or be first to hear some great music. So it's like and we also stand on two different planes. So when we meet in the middle, it's always fun because we can understand each other like no other. So it's cool working with him.
Hell yeah.
And like I said, I was outside of Bruiser Brigade, Brown, that's one of my favorite people to work with also. Just because he's like very similar. Like he's like an older version of me, so it's like you can see the time difference as like you could see like someone that I could see which bricks to step on, So it's like it's easy to go down this path I'm going down and be experimental because I seen somebody be experimental and not so much of going the same direction. It's just about being able to be as free as that. So it's super cool.
No doubt about it, man. And what project of yours are you most proud of currently?
I'm proud of all my projects because it took one to get to the next. So I wouldn't say that I'm prouder or more proud than one other. I would just view all of them equally because they're
For
all
sure.
like parts of my life. So
No doubt. I heard, you know, a lot of other Brigade members, how they kind of compose an album. They'll kind of have maybe like 50 to 100 tracks for an album and then just kind of cut away. Do you have a similar process for your composition of albums? And what's the cutting process like for you?
to be honest, like I make a lot of songs. I have probably like 500 songs.
Yeah.
For each project. Like I got
Wow.
5 projects right now on my phone. Like all different producers. Like all like just tracking them out and just like changing them every day. Like that's what level I'm on right now. But like when I first started, yeah, I would make 100. But now I just make so much music. I just like I cut down from like 300 to 500 songs on each
Yeah.
project.
Wow. That's insane.
Yeah.
Well, that's tight though. And one thing that I've always really liked about, you know, especially seeing you live is your ability for stage presence, right? The way you kind of get everyone involved, the way you move. Did that come naturally to you, or did you have to build it up, or did you learn from maybe some of your contemporaries?
I would say I learned from Brown and Trash Talk. That's another good homies of mine, Garrett and Lee. Like
Yep.
when early on when I was first started performing, they were like a punk rock band, and I just seen their energy, and I just wanted to match that when I did shit, cause I just like that. That's the type of vibe,
Yep.
like that I be on when, especially with my music. So I just wanted to present that, and like I said, like with Brown, like it's like I'm coming from that type of shit. Like I'm not.
Yep.
It's not like. It's not the fake kind of punk rock. It's the real kind. So it's like whether I incorporate my music, it's like it always comes out of me when performing because that's like where I was brought up from. Like those
That's awesome.
dudes, like
That's dope. As far as you know, any maybe old school guys or current guys, who are you currently taking inspiration from for your music?
to be honest, I be listening to my old projects.
Yeah.
Cause like, even though like it probably 10 years ago I made the project, I was always ahead of myself. So sometimes I just go back and listen to my old music, and then like reiterate on certain styles and shit I did before. Like that's the only time that I can like kind of get inspired. Cause I didn't did all. I have a million flows. I didn't did everything already. So it's just like making shit better. Like just reiterating those styles.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. And you know, speaking of, you were mentioning Danny's outfits and stuff on Instagram and stuff, and I feel like you're a really fashionable dude yourself. You know, you always got those fire pics on Instagram, and really, where's your sense of fashion come from?
I mean, just not having shit when I was younger. So I always like, it was like always a vendetta just to like be fly. So I would go to thrift stores a lot and have to, you know, buy what I could. So eventually it turned into like a addiction. So
Yeah.
it's like, and also it's like, it's another form of art for me. Like just putting different color palettes and shit together. It's just fun. It's like it's like like I used to get high and shit and like get high and fly. But now that I see that it's like, that's my only like real vice.
Yep.
Like that I can't really live without. Like I've been doing better with like not blowing the bag on the shit, but
Yeah.
it just, that's all. I've been doing this shit since I was a kid.
No
I
doubt.
just love, you know, fashion really and just colors.
Hell yeah. And what are some of your favorite projects by other Bruiser Brigade members?
Danny Brown's last album,
Quaranta.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, because I'm on that album, but it's like background vocals, and I just seen the growth of a man that I known like half of my life, and just
Yep.
to see, like it's like he helps me a lot just listening to his music because it tells me where not to go, and just like how he dealt with his problems. So it gets me like through, like, you know what I'm saying, the rest of my days here. That's why I love that album. Oh, it's because that was the first album that, like, this back when shit was in Best Buy and shit.
Yeah.
Like, when CDs was out. That was the first and only album that I'm on, like, a CD. So that's like, that was real special to me, going to Best Buy and buying that album. I made that song in the closet, pause, but recorded in the closet. Pause again, because that sounds crazy.
yeah, you're good.
When Skywalker was recording me, I recorded at his house, and you know, so like that, it was just like a crazy thing to even hear that shit out. You know what I'm saying? In the world, and that shit was like on GTA and shit.
Yeah, it was.
I love Bruiser Wolf's last album because, and I love the one before because I did the artwork, and it was cool to see because he's not so much new, but he's kind of new to our group. Just to see someone work as hard as me and Brown and care about it as much as we did, like all the time, like, because he works a lot. So it was cool to see that. But his last album, I really enjoyed it because not only I got to be a part of it, but like I see my homies like outside the Bruiser Brigade, and like when I'm out in LA, they banging it and shit.
Yeah.
And it's like super cool to see my homie getting that shine, and just to see what records they like from it, and it's kind of funny because it's like they be singing the songs and shit, and I just be cracking up like, man, this is a Wolf going ham right now.
Yeah, right.
It's just super cool to just you know hear him do his voice and shit, cause like when he performs, it's like it's coming from his heart and shit.
Yeah.
When they listen to the song, they doing the voice and shit.
Yeah.
And all the homies banging it, and it's super cool. And so I would say those two albums would be some of my favorites.
Oh yeah.
And shit.
That's sweet. And can we get any details about any of your upcoming projects? Anything, the sound, and when you plan to release, maybe?
I was just say I got one with Dilla, one with Black Noise, one with Real Bad Man, one with Connie. Me and 454 gotta finish our shit. Me and who the hell is Carlo gotta finish our shit, and me and Zach gotta finish our shit. But that's all the ones I'm working on right now. I don't know what's gonna go first necessarily. I'm just taking my time and making sure everything is perfect.
And given that you've had such a long career in the game, what are your thoughts on the current state of hip hop?
Hip hop or rap?
We could do both.
People just need to appreciate music more.
Mm-hmm.
And everything doesn't have to be like repetitive back to back. You get a hit every day and shit like that. That's not how shit go. And we got a lot of great artists right now, you know what I'm saying, making shit and putting out great music. But people just need to take the time to digest it, and people do have to support the ones that's like not giving fast food out all the time.
Yeah.
So I think we were in a good place in hip hop right now. But you just gotta be grateful for what you have and not what you don't.
Hell yeah. And what are your favorite movies?
5 Heartbeats.
Okay.
And I like I Am Legend with Will Smith.
Oh yeah, that's a classic.
When the dog died, I cried.
You know they're making a sequel to that or something?
I'm not sure how I'm gonna feel about it. I don't know, maybe I would want to see it. But it ain't gonna be like that first one. It's never like the first time.
I agree with that, man. Well, Z, I think we're getting pretty close to wrapping up the interview. If you got any kind of final message that you'd like to put out there for anyone who may be watching.
Just keep doing your shit. Stay consistent. Be proud of your work. Sometimes it's not always the time to shine and time to go, and you're not gonna be, you know what I'm saying, the hottest shit all the fucking time, but keep on your craft and keep staying true to yourself. You know, just don't stop. You never know when you gonna have something that's gonna keep you going. So just keep doing you. You never know who's watching.
Yep.
So it's cool.
My man, Z, I appreciate the interview, bro.
Hey.
All right, all of his links will be down in the description below, and we'll see you guys later. Peace.